Our partner and first panelist for the event is Lana, and Lana is a regional director that directs USGBC's community operation in conjunction with local volunteer leaders by overseeing market development, strategic planning, and event management and education outreach for the East North Central region of the US. Lana brings nearly 20 years of nonprofit experience to her position. She is passionate about sustainability and loves that she is able to promote sustainability in our region. Welcome, Lana, and thank you for organizing this event. And without further ado, go ahead and start your presentation. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Harry. And thank you all for joining us this afternoon into the evening. We're really excited that we can pull together people just to talk about sustainability and how LEED can be a tool to help you achieve your goals. I want to give you some background about USGBC for those of you that aren't very familiar, and for those that are, maybe I can share some new information with you. So at the US Green Building Council, we have a strong vision of a sustainable built environment within a generation, and we are transforming the places, communities, and cities where we live, work, play, and learn. And we believe that better buildings really do equal a better life for our communities. Our overall mission is to transform the way buildings and communities are designed, built, and then also operating and maintained, hopefully to enable an environmentally and socially responsible, healthy, and prosperous environment that improves the quality of life for all. The rating system that we've created is LEED, and it works for all buildings at all phases of development, both from new construction through existing buildings, and it works for all building sectors. So it works from homes, hospitals, corporate headquarters, neighborhoods, schools, you name it, and the LEED rating system can be adapted to be able to use for that building type. We work to transform, we work towards market transformation for the built environment through the LEED rating system. It is a global, regional, and local green building rating system, and it helps us, really build and operate green and healthy, sustainable buildings and high-performing buildings. So it's really a key solution to current environmental challenges and a tool that helps improve human health. And LEED is truly a market transformation tool. It's the most widely used and trusted green building rating system in the world for LEED projects, we have LEED projects in 176 countries and territories worldwide. And we have almost 39,000 LEED certified commercial projects. So, what are the benefits of pursuing LEED certification, you might wonder? LEED certified buildings, they help save money, they consume less energy, they use less water, fewer resources, and they provide better indoor environmental quality than traditional buildings. And pursuing LEED and the strategies of the rating system helps facilitate better product and material choices in the building and helps to drive innovation. It's really important in our current climate too. When people are starting to go back into the offices or they're already there, they're going to be demanding those healthy spaces. They want to be able to go to work where they have not only, if they're working from home, we've gotten used to natural daylight views and good HVAC system and healthy places. So people are not going to want to go to what we call sick buildings with bad HVAC systems or bad lighting or bad air quality. People are really going to be wanting those healthy spaces that they enjoy coming to work and they know that they're safe once they're there. So LEED certified buildings, they also enjoy a lifetime of returns. They cost less to operate. They reduce energy and water bills by as much as 40%. And buildings and organizations across the globe use LEED to increase the efficiency of buildings, freeing up resources that can be really valuable and used to create new jobs or attract and retain top talent, expanding operations, and also just investing in some of their emerging technologies. I kind of mentioned this before, but LEED buildings provide 30 to 40% energy or savings on energy and water. They can have a 2 to 10% increase on employee productivity and 35% less absenteeism, since people like going to work and they know that they can be productive and safe in that high-performing building. There's a misconception out there that people say LEED is expensive. This slide here kind of demonstrates some basic things that, yes, technically the cost of creating a high-performing building could be more expensive. It really depends on the types of products that you put into the building, but the return on investment for a high-performing building is very high. So LEED is the roadmap to help a project team achieve their sustainability goals. And it's a very small fraction of the overall budget of a high-performing building. So it's not necessarily LEED, it's that they want to put a high-performing building in. And there's also incentives to pursue high-performing buildings. One of them is a PACE program, which you'll hear about a little bit later from one of my other colleagues, Bob. This is just a stat here from Populous, which is a USGBC member. They have been since 2008. They work on LEED certified projects all over the world, and they report that pursuing LEED has allowed them to enjoy significant payback. Heather Stewart stated that their data proves that the cost of pursuing LEED adds less than 1% to the total project cost, while accounting for significant water and energy savings. And the president of the University of North Texas reported that their LEED certified football stadium paid for itself within 8 years. In 2011, their 31,800 seat football stadium, it was the first certified sports arena in the world. And they stated, their president, Lane Rawlings, stated that by building in this manner, the sustainable features of the building pay for themselves through their efficiencies within 8 years. People ask sometimes, what's the actual point or purpose of certifying? They'll maybe use the rating system to, set as their goals, but they don't actually certify. And so the simplest way to answer that is that third-party verification through LEED helps to guarantee that the building design is achieving the goals the project team put into place. Same thing if it's an existing building. You can build a building however, with the best products and however you design it to be really efficient. But if the individuals that are occupying that building every day don't know how to use the building the best, or aren't familiar with, how to use those products, let's say they leave the lights on all day, or they open windows and have the air conditioning blasting, or they do different things like that, they're not composting or recycling like they're supposed to. If they're not using the basic building how it was intended, you're not going to see those return on your investment. So it's good to track and certify to be able to actually ensure that it is achieving the goals that you set in place. So an integrated design process, which I know another presenter is going to get into a bit more detail, but it really is the most important aspect of a LEED project. And by having all the team members together at the beginning allows the team to properly plan for the sustainability features and designs from the very beginning. And involving a LEED accredited professional is someone that can help the project team achieve their goals by using the rating system. There's over 200,000 worldwide, and we have a lot of them living here locally. Under the banner of sustainability, instead of just reducing environmental damage, we also want to make sure we give back to the planet. With LEED Zero and LEED Positive, our vision of regenerative buildings, we are pushing the market to implement a new level of performance in green buildings. With the ARC technology platform that powers LEED, all buildings can track, measure, and analyze the score with real-world performance data. So certified projects can now earn LEED Zero certification in any of the performance categories, which are carbon, energy, waste, and water. And the future for USGBC is LEED Positive. So our president and CEO has set an aspirational goal for USGBC that we will require all LEED new construction projects to achieve LEED Positive starting in 2025, and all existing buildings to be LEED Positive by 2050. We also have V4.1 right now. We rolled out V4 version 4 about 5 years ago, and then we rolled out LEED version 4.1 more recently. And this really is, we're wanting to go bigger. So LEED V4.1 is for all. It's more inclusive. It allows projects to earn LEED points through performance building monitoring via the ARC performance platform. We want it to be stronger by continuing to drive performance. Performance outcomes are fully integrated into V4.1, so you can measure performance on an ongoing basis. We want to be bolder. Our lessons learned from those in the market using LEED V4 and over the last 25 years have led us to take a deeper look at existing buildings, residential projects, and cities to develop unique solutions that address unique markets. So V4.1 will deliver new methodologies for measuring building performance by working with and supporting projects to track energy, water, waste, transportation, and indoor air quality. A simple data-driven path to LEED certification for existing buildings. V4.1 is making it accessible to more projects than any other version of the rating system. We also have updated reference standards and performance requirements to ensure that LEED remains a global leader in green building. And project teams can also substitute LEED V4.1 credits on LEED V4 projects. And this has been really great feedback, or we've been getting really great feedback. Some project teams were using V4 and were having challenges meeting the requirements to get their building certified. And then once we rolled out the V4.1, they were able to substitute some of those credits, and where they were struggling to even get certified before, now they're reaching gold and platinum status. So when we put out a new version of the rating system, sometimes those credits don't fully meet the intent of what they were created for. So that's why we have this continuous improvement process for LEED. So we make sure that those credits are really meeting the demands and the needs of our community. So our members have shaped our organization into what it is today. They are driving the entire green building community to go further faster than ever before. And we're made up of companies large and small, both local and multinational. So if you're not a local member of your local community, or if your organization isn't already a member of USGBC, we would love to have your support. USGBC membership includes reduced rates for LEED registration and certification, also for education events and many, many other benefits, as well as marketing opportunities. So we welcome your support to achieve our vision, which is that of a green building community can help change our world for the better. And when you join USGBC, you signal your support for the growing green building movement, as well as programs and initiatives that advance our global mission. So what are the next steps to committing to LEED and integrating it in your current and future building portfolio? Through the last year, so many people, of course, like I mentioned, to leave their offices and work remotely. They've gotten used to these healthy spaces. So again, you want to make sure that your existing building is really going to meet the needs of the occupants that are coming back or that are already there and moving on in the future. This is where LEED can really come in and help with re-entry, and will create a space where people want to go to work each day. This is where owners and facility managers will need to focus on their existing buildings to make sure they're operating and performing at their highest ability. So here is, a little more about the operations and maintenance. It's a stronger environmental performance leads to economic prosperity and a better quality of life and improved human health and well-being for all. So LEED v4.1 for O&M, which is operations and maintenance, supports this goal by tracking performance in energy, water, waste, transportation, indoor air quality, toxin-free environment, and occupant satisfaction. So with V4.1 O&M, an initial certification can be awarded to projects based on the implementation of sustainable operation strategies and performance score achievement in the LEED Online for the following areas. So some of the benefits, I think we've covered some of them, but they really are demonstrating your building's commitment to sustainability and wanting to have a healthy space for your occupants. It's educating the occupants and visitors on how to use the products in the building and the materials in the building properly, so you can really achieve your sustainability goals. It's providing shared accessibility and continuity of data across the teams over time, so you're measuring and tracking. And then it's identifying policies that will reduce consumption and operating costs. A way to track all of your building's operations is through the ARC platform. It's free for all buildings to use. So any building can go into ARC and start entering their data now. And that way they can start to get a score to see where their building really does track. So you can register your projects by, here's a little view you can see here of the ARC platform. And it helps you, lead a closer look towards your building, and then also can help you achieve LEED certification if that's your ultimate goal. It allows for any project, whether a single building, community, or even an entire city, to enter the platform, measure improvements, and benchmark against itself and projects around it. So you can use ARC to make incremental sustainability improvements to your projects and eventually achieve LEED certification. ARC works by calculating a performance score out of 100 based on global building data and action-oriented strategies across 5 categories, which is energy, water, waste, transportation, and human experience. And project owners can leverage the score to monitor and make improvements and work towards certification of their buildings. So thank you so much. That's it for me.